Hi everyone, Stepan here, waiting to get paired for another training game. If you can hear noises and sounds, it's because there's a big storm outside. I've rarely seen rain this bad. Okay, in any case, yeah, let's hope I do better than in the last two games. I just got destroyed by very, very strong opponents. If you've seen yesterday's game and the one before that, they were absolutely astonishing and my opponents played brilliantly. While we wait, I had another sort of bad thing happen yesterday other than the game. I was cooking Indian food for a bunch of people with another friend. And one Indian guy was cooking with me and we were making butter chicken. So we marinate the chicken, everything's great. We do the whole spices, we roast them and everything was great. And then I was marinating the chicken with, well, that should be in the marinade, and lime as well instead of lemon. I usually use lemons. So when I was finishing the sauce, I poured the rest of the marinade with the yogurt and the spices and a bunch of lime into the butter chicken and ruined it. So I was really upset. I'm still upset, so I'm sharing it now. It's basically the equivalent to hanging mate in one, I want to say. The dish was completely ruined, and so I wasn't happy. Anyway, let's hope we get paired. What else happened? Yeah, I'll be playing a tournament in about 9 days. I don't have a chess results page. I don't know if that's common in France or not. If you guys have any idea how to see the list of, let me just make a move. If you guys have any idea where the French Federation keeps the lists of registered players, that would be great. I couldn't find the tournament on chess results. So any help from French chess players would be appreciated. We're playing Venus 01, so let's hope they make a move. I played d4. I also could have gone e4. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Okay, let's play the Queen's Gambit. Let's see what happens. I hope they don't take. I would like to have an interesting game. So anyway, we ended up cooking for like 5 hours and then we ate at 11 p.m. and it just, everybody was really nice saying, oh, it's good. It wasn't good. It was just one of the worst dishes I've ever cooked. Okay, the Slav. I could have gone for the exchange Slav the first time in my life because I really struggle with black. So it may actually be a good idea to train those structures a bit from the other side. Let me just see if everything's okay with the video. Okay, it's okay. So he wants to go for the node boom and we're not going to allow that. We're going to go e3. I played the node boom with black myself, so I know that it can be uncomfortable. Also, my friend Vlatko plays the node boom all the time, and every time we have this position, if I play knight f3 instead of e3, he says, oh, you're allowing my favorite variation. And then I couldn't really say whether he beats me more often or if I beat him, but I don't really know how to defend that, and I don't know how to regain the pawn, and I don't know the node boom theory from the white side. Bishop d6 is a rare move. Alexei Drev gives this as a normal move, although maybe not in this position. It's a rare move. You should go knight bd7. I just cannot. So the difference is if I go bishop d3 and takes, and then c5 and I take, he basically lost the tempo because he should be taking with the knight, gaining a tempo on the bishop on d3. So bishop d3. I'm sorry, I haven't been announcing moves. Thank you for your suggestions to turn on the voice thing, but I'm going to be announcing moves. So the game so far was d4, d5, c4, c6, the Slav, knight c3, e6, e3, knight f6, knight f3, and now bishop d6. So if I go bishop d3 and then dc4, bishop c4, b5, bishop d3, if he plays a6, then e4 threatens to win a piece. So I don't think bishop d6 is good. I don't think he can play the thematic Semislav b5 break with the bishop on d6, because there's no knight on d7, and e4, e5 is just threatening to win a piece. So once again, I played bishop d3. If dc4, bishop c4, b5, bishop d3. Okay, now he plays knight d7. Now I could go e4 straight away. So e4, d4, knight 4, knight 4, bishop e4. Maybe I should wait a bit and castle first. Because if now, okay, now it'd be d7. If now castles, then dc, bishop c4, b5, bishop d3. Let's say bishop b7. I still think he cannot take because of e4, so I'm just gonna castle. This looks like an anti-Meran, but I haven't played queen c2. So if I go e4, he castled. If I go e4, then d4, knight e4, knight e4, bishop e4. If knight f6, now he can already go e5, but he's gonna have to prepare that with dc, unless he wants an isolated pawn. So I may just go b3. So b3, dc4, bc4, e5. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna go queen c2. And I think he should go dc4 followed by e5. That's the most principled way to play. We have now transposed into a normal anti-Meran Semislav, so I may have missed my chance to punish bishop b6 if there was one in the first place. Maybe it's just the move order that works, or maybe I had e5. We're gonna check it out. So in these Semislav structures, the move order is almost always very important. Okay, now that b6 was played, I think I can go for cd5. cd5, I'm expecting ed5, because if cd5, then I have knight b5, and then he has to go bishop b8. Okay, I'm taking cd5. I'm gonna try to exploit the bad position of the c8 bishop and the fact that b6 is not a useful move if you have to recapture on d5. This is a fairly thematic position, and I think he should have gone for cd and e5. That's the usual way to break this, although b6 is a common plan in the anti-Meran, so... Okay, so this was expected. Now where does my bishop go? He played e takes d5. I feel like he's gonna go c5 very quickly. He should go c5 very quickly. But if I, for example, go a3, just a random move, c5, he's gonna have hanging pawns. So I feel like I should put my bishop on b2 to play against c5 and to increase control over the e5 square. And then is there a way to put pressure on c6? Not really, because he has bishop b7. Okay, I'm gonna go b3 and bishop b2. That's my plan. b3. Now c5 weakens his position a lot, because after dc5, bc5, I have bishop b2 and my bishop is excellent. So b3 plays against c5. Okay, let's go bishop b2. He played bishop b7, which is sensible, but the bishop really isn't that good. bishop b2. And my bishop is better because he should go c5 at some point, I feel. If he doesn't go c5, then what's the bishop doing? And because of the c6 pawn, it's not actually covering e4, and I don't have a c pawn, so my bishop is controlling e5. And if I can get in knight e5 followed by f4, it could be a pretty dominant position. Okay. He played rook e8. He still doesn't have enough to cover the e4 square. So I'm just gonna go rook c1. That's a flexible move because it puts the rook on the semi-open c-file and gives me the option to go queen b1 to punish queen c7 with an eventual knight b5 or knight d5. In fact, if queen c7, I could go knight b5 immediately. Okay, in this case, where does my queen belong? I feel like queen b1 is correct, but maybe queen e2 is better. I like queen b1. I want to keep my queen on the diagonal. Yeah, I'm gonna go queen b1. Just get away from the rook and keep covering e4, which I feel is important. I think he still doesn't have c5, and b5 would of course be a big strategic mistake. And giving up the c5 square, making c5 harder to play. Strategically, I would like to trade off the dark squared bishops because I have a pawn on d4, and he would like to trade off the light squared bishops because of his pawn structure. Wow, he did play it. Okay. Okay, so now knight b5 is definitely an option, but then bishop b8. Alternatively, I should take and try to set up a blockade on d4 if he takes with the bishop. So he played c5. If I go dc5 and he plays knight c5, then I can throw in bishop f5 followed by knight e2 to blockade on d4. But he's going to take with the pawn, which makes more sense. And then I could just go knight a4, putting pressure on the pawn, opening up my bishop, and if he moves the knight, I go bishop f6 followed by bishop takes h2. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take. So dc5. If he takes, oh, he took with a piece. Okay, so now my plan was to throw in bishop f5 and then play, he took knight c5. So bishop f5, he has to move the rook. And then I go knight e2, knight d4, set up a lovely blockade. Also, bishop f5, knight e2 prepares bishop takes f6 followed by bishop h7. So let's go bishop f5, gaining a tempo on the rook. And then I want to play knight e2, knight d4, setting up a blockade against the IQP. And also giving myself the option to play bishop takes f6 immediately, followed by bishop h2 check. I think strategically I should be much better because I no longer have a bad bishop and the d4 square is extremely weak. Okay, now knight e2, he played rook c6, which may be good but may be bad because knight d4 gains a tempo. So now knight e2, and I'm threatening knight d4, gaining a tempo on the rook, followed by knight b5, winning the bishop pair, grabbing his dark squared bishop. And my immediate threat is bishop takes f6, followed by bishop h7. The question is, what do I do against g6? If g6, I don't want to play bishop h3. I want to keep my bishop on the diagonal. But if I go bishop c2, he's gonna go knight e4 anyway and blockade. But the bishop on c2 is gonna prevent rook takes c1 after knight d4. So g6, bishop c2, knight ce4. Oh, immediately he gave up. Wait, don't I just win the bishop pair now? He played knight fe4. So if knight ed4, rook c7 is the only move, then bishop b5, or sorry, knight b5, rook c6, and I can take on a7. Yeah, I'm just winning material here. This is huge for me. Yeah, I'm winning material. So rook c7, knight b5. I played knight ed4. So rook c7, knight b5, rook c6 only move. Bishop takes a7, rook c7 only move. Knight b5, rook c6 only move. And the only question is, do I take the bishop on d6 or just bring my knight back to d4 because it may be better than the bishop? Yeah, I think I'm strategically winning now. Also, I'm winning material, so I could just be winning. I don't know. Let's not blunder this away. Okay. Knight b5, rook c6. Oh no, what am I talking about? He has rook e7. Oh, stupid, stupid. He has rook e7. Okay, he has rook e7. He has rook e7. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the bishop and set up another blockade. So knight b5, rook e7, knight d6, queen d6. Unless I have something better. Why did I assume he has to go rook c6? Okay, I'll just grab the bishop pair. It should be good enough. I don't think I can take on a7 because he has bishop a6. Although I could take on a7 because on bishop a6 I'd have knight c6. Ooh, rook e7, knight a7. If bishop a6, then knight c6. Okay, and if he doesn't do anything, I just go back. Okay, so can I take this pawn? Knight a7, bishop a6. He played rook e7. Knight a7, bishop a6, knight c6 works. If he goes bishop c8, I take on c8 with the knight and just win material. If he goes bishop a8, I go back to b5. If he goes queen b8, I'm not hanging the h2 pawn. If he goes queen a8, I'm not hanging anything either. So yeah, this should be a safe pawn. Unless he has knight f2. Knight f2, rook e3. No, knight f2 I can insert bishop h7. Okay, I'm taking on a7. He doesn't have queen d7 to prevent knight back to b5. I did not check that beforehand, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have queen c7 to prepare bishop a6 because I played knight b5. Okay. And I'm out of coffee with half the game still left to go. I didn't prepare well for this one. Oh, I'm so upset about yesterday's dish. I don't know if you guys cook, but first of all, 10 people came to dinner and it was just bad. And then you cook for hours and then you just throw in something in a single move. It's actually in a single move. That was by mistake, but it's actually pretty similar to chess. You play a 5-hour game and then you make one blunder and then you resign. That's the worst thing about food is that people still eat and go, it's really nice. My bishops are excellent. The long diagonal from a1 to to g7 to h8 is very weak. He doesn't have d5. He doesn't have pressure on h2 because the queen has been prevented from coming to h4 even if my knight wasn't on f3. He does not have queen c7. He does not have queen b8. All right, so I guess I just won a pawn, so I'm just gonna go back. Oh, smart. I didn't see that. Smart, smart. Okay, but I don't have to lose my b3 pawn. I can play knight fd4. And then when he plays something to d7 eventually, I am covering b3 with the knight. And am I hanging something on h2? So knight, he played bishop a6. If I go knight fd4, bishop h2, king h2, well, he may have rook e5. But okay, I'm going to play knight fd4 because it seems good. And I did not hang knight d2 because I have bishop h7 and I don't think he can go knight d2. I think that would be way too dangerous. Both the bishops and the knight on d4. And I also have knight c6 now as an idea. So, but if he goes knight d2, I'm not going knight c6. I'm going bishop h7, king h8, followed by, let's say, queen c2. And then if knight f1, I could go just knight c6. But I'm gonna just go rook f1. And on g6, bishop g6, fg6, queen g6, check. Rook g7. Maybe it's not too clear. He took first. Okay. Now my bishop's open. Now he definitely cannot go knight d2. Wow, okay. So bishop h7, king h8, queen c2, knight f1, rook f1. He doesn't have g6. Okay, I don't think this works. I'm just gonna play this. Now I can actually go queen f5 and the two bishops are too strong. I don't think this works. Okay, queen f5. If knight f1, then bishop g7, king g7. Or maybe I have something better. Okay, he played king f8 against bishop h7. Queen f5. Knight f1. Okay, I'm playing queen f5 because it's the most active, and he doesn't have rook e5. So I wonder what he does. Maybe I have bishop g7 immediately. But I don't have an easy way to include my rook. So let's say it was my move. Bishop g7, king g7, queen g5, king h7. How do I bring my rook in? He took on f1. Wow. Okay. I mean, I feel like there's no rush here. I'm looking at queen h5, but then bishop h2, king h1. Maybe a bit too much. What if I just go queen g5? How can he defend? Queen g5, f6. I don't think I can take. Okay, I'm just gonna take the knight back. I don't think I'm in a hurry. I don't see anything that doesn't take two moves, and I don't want to allow the knight out. So I'm just gonna take and see how he defends against two bishops and the queen. Because I don't see it. If he goes queen d7, then I go queen h5. And he cannot take the knight because I have bishop d3. Okay, this was a good idea. So I don't want to trade pieces. He played bishop e5, which is good. So I'm gonna go knight d4 to make sure he cannot trade. And I also bring another piece closer to his king, give myself the option to go knight e6 check. Now I also have f4 followed by rook f3. I think I have more than enough long-term compensation. I mean, I do have 2 pawns for the exchange, so I'm not even technically material down. But I also feel like my advantage is overwhelming. I think tactically there has to be something here. There may have been something beforehand, but I missed it. Maybe he should go knight e6 now. Just keep trading and give up the exchange. Because knight c6 is a pretty serious threat. Okay. So queen h5, g6, queen h6, check. Bishop g7, knight e6 check wins the game. And if he doesn't play g6, what does he play? He played queen d6. If I go queen h5, threatening bishop anywhere, followed by mate, and he plays g6, I go queen h6 check, bishop g7 is the only move, knight e6 check, taking is the only move, then I take on g7. Okay, I'm playing queen h5. It defends h2 and it threatens mate into 1 unless he does something. Bishop somewhere and queen h8 mate. If he goes queen h6, I'm just gonna trade and have a great position. Oh, he played g6. Oh. He shouldn't have played g6. I don't have knight e6 check because he has knight takes. He has knight takes. No! I didn't see that he has knight takes. Oh, he has knight takes. Okay, then we can take on g7 and take on c6. On d6. So he played bishop g7. If queen g7, king g7, knight f5 check, king h7, knight takes d6, he moves the rook somewhere, How is that position? Oh. Why did I think I had knight e6 check? So if queen g7, king g7, knight f5, king h7, knight d6, rook d8, for example, knight b5, he just has rook a8, rook a7, and I'm not holding on, so I don't want to take on g7. Okay, I'm declining the trade. I'm going queen h3. At least now he's played g6, so there's another weakness. Queen g7 did not work. I made such a mess of this. I must have had a win somewhere. Okay, wants to play knight g5. He played knight e4, wants to play knight g5. We have to prevent that, so I'm just gonna go f4, and I'm gonna go f4 quickly because I'm running out of time. Now he has pressure on e3, but luckily I still have rook f3. I think I can go rook e1. If queen f4, ef4, rook e1, king f2. He doesn't have time for bishop d4. I think he should have gone knight f6. He played knight d2, attacking the f1 rook and the e3 pawn. I think he should have gone knight f6, just getting rid of my bishop. I'm so unhappy with how I'm playing. There must have been something here. Still, the material is equal. The position got messy, but I think I'm still better. I'm gonna go f5 if I can. He wants to play knight f3 check and take on e2, so I should not allow that. I have anything better? Okay, I don't think so, so I'm just gonna quickly go rook e2. Now I'm threatening knight c6, but maybe there are some tricks. I don't see them though. Knight c6, queen. Okay, he took. He took? What? I didn't think he could do that. Okay. Is this not gonna be mate? I guess he is in time trouble too. What does he do against queen h6? I don't know. Oh, he took. Okay. Well, alright. He cannot take my rook because it's mate. Ah, it's not mate. He can do that and then run away. So, check king e7. I make some luft with h3. I don't have anything else, so I'm just gonna check quickly. It's not mate because once he takes the e7 square is available. Of course, luft so that we don't get mated. Maybe I could have gone queen g5, but I just wanted to make sure that I don't get mated in any variation. Maybe the moment's gone now. I need to open up my bishop. So I'm just gonna go f5 to open up some lines. I want to win this pawn and put pressure on g6 to get closer to his king. Okay, I have to find a safe square for the queen before I blunder it away. Oh, I just blundered it away. Okay, maybe. Have I? No, it's okay. I'm sorry for not talking. This is just, I'm incredibly upset and I'm trying not to lose. How can I be this bad in time trouble? Okay, calm down, it's not over yet. Oh, I want to forget this game as quickly as possible, but we will analyze it. No, no. No, no, no. Yeah, I don't think he has time for that. I think I'm actually winning now. If he takes the pawn, I'll just queen. I don't know if I can win this endgame. I don't know. But I do know that I need to put his king as far away as possible. And then bring my king close. Let's not blunder it away. I can defend my pawn. I'm defending the light squares. I should be winning. Maybe it's a draw, but I would take white any day. She doesn't have knight e5. How could I have done this? Why did I do this? How is this even possible? Why am I blundering like this? My god. Yeah, now it's just a draw. It's just a draw. Do I have any chances here? We will try. I mean, this should be a draw, but I will try to trick him. I will try. He cannot move his king. Okay. Yeah, he has infinite moves with the knight. I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, I don't think there are any chances to do anything. It's just a draw. I don't have to wait a way to make progress. I have to keep blocking his king from coming into c6, and then while I do that, he can just move the knight wherever he wants. Well, he may just trap his own knight, but I doubt it. Yeah, let's. I mean, I'm gonna play on for a couple more moves and then offer a draw. Okay, I'm sorry for this. I mean, I'm actually gonna offer a take back because this was completely undeserved. No, let's do another one. Like, yeah, here, don't blunder away your knight. I did not deserve to win this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna offer a draw because there's no point in playing on. I'm really upset. Let's just analyze the game. It would be funny if he didn't accept the draw. Okay, I mean, if you're not gonna accept, what can I do? He didn't accept the draw. Okay, mutual agreement. Finally, let's analyze. This was really bad. Oh my god. So. First thing I'm interested in is bishop d6. Okay, so it is the Dreyev move. It's playable in this position. I played bishop d3, knight bd7, castles, castles. Queen c2 is fine, although e4 could have been played immediately. So good. Okay, let's actually study e4. We're gonna go to Chessbook now and study e4 and figure out why this is the main line, and then go back and finish analyzing this mad game. See you soon. Okay, so I've imported the lines after e4 into Chessbook. So now we're going to practice this. So let's go d4, c4. Just a second. Oh, skip first practice. If you want to do it without the arrows, then just press skip first practice and it's going to be harder. Okay, so knight c3, knight f3. He started with e6, so in any case, knight f3 and e3 will transpose. Okay, bishop d3, castles, castles. And now in the game I played queen c2. Instead I should have gone e4, and now there are two lines. The main line, and I think the best line, is dc. And then bishop c, e5, bishop g5, queen e7, d5. And now they have the option to go knight b6, and I go bishop b3, and we get this position. Okay. So knight f... Oh, again. Why did I do that again? Okay. Okay, e3. Continue. Let's practice them again. So d4, c4, skip, yes, e3, knight f3, bishop d3, castles, e4, takes. Okay, bishop g5. This is slightly strange to me. d5, but this should give white the biggest advantage. Okay, good. So we're gonna be doing the rest of the analysis now for the game. If you want to check out Chessbook, I think it's the best way to learn variations. You just keep adding things you mess up to your repertoire, and then it's going to quiz you on it. If you go to the homepage, you can see which moves you have for practice. You have model games, you have mistakes in your Lichess and chess.com connected accounts. So just a very, very convenient way to study openings. Again, link in the description. Let's go back. Okay, so let's continue with the actual game. In the game I played queen c2, which is fine. Okay, he played b6, and I should have gone e4. So e4, and again the same pattern, dc4, bishop c4. Why is this? Why don't I go bishop g5 here? Wait, and in this position on takes, queen takes, queen e7. Wait, what's the difference? Ah, my queen is on c2. Okay, stupid. I don't have a way to take on d4. Okay, so cd5, ed5. Yeah, I think he should have gone e4 again. e4 was best. Makes sense. I play with an isolated queen's pawn, but my pieces are excellent. And yeah, this is a double attack. I didn't see this. Okay, b3. Bishop b2. Black is slightly better. Okay. Wow. Takes. I should have played rook fd1. Okay. I misplayed this completely. Yeah, he should have taken with the pawn. I was expecting pawn takes, because then he has hanging pawns and a lot of control. Okay, bishop f5. Knight d... Oh, I should have gone knight d4 straight away. It felt like opening up my bishop would be better. What's the difference? So knight d4. If rook c7 now, then the other knight comes here, and if rook e7 takes, queen takes, takes. Why is this? I don't get this. Okay, why is this so much better? I played knight e2. Okay, and he should have gone in with the other knight, because then he would have had rook c1. That's the difference. But now we get a similar position. I took, and I should have gone b4. Okay, here, here, here. Takes. Okay, so plus 2.4. What did I miss? Queen a1. Oh, queen a1 is an excellent move. Wait, what happens on bishop e5? Queen a1, bishop e5. Rook d1, I guess he doesn't have g6. But wait, why couldn't he play knight e4? Then bishop e4, knight e4, knight d4, and I'm just 2 pawns up. Okay, queen f5 equal. I should have taken with the king. Okay. Knight d4 equal. Wow. Queen g7 was best. Okay, so I couldn't see. I saw this much. I'll show you what was worrying me. Okay, he wouldn't have played that, hopefully. But he immediately jumps onto these weaknesses, and yeah, apparently it's equal. And I figured it was equal. I wanted to play for a win. So here, here. Whoa. I went from completely winning to completely losing. Wait, I could have gone f5? Yeah, on knight f3 I can just take with the knight, so I guess that's no problem. Rook e2. Oh my god. Oh no. No. I should have reversed the move order. Always look at forcing moves first. This is so bad. Okay. H3 losing. Wow. Why is H3 losing? Rook c8. Okay. King h2. Yeah, okay, it's just mate. Oh, Jesus. Okay, and now it's a draw. Let's just see if I had any winning chances in this endgame. Of course, if he takes this pawn, then I am winning. That's certain. But yeah, since he came back, it should be a draw. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I'm very sorry you had to see this, and I promise to show all of my games so you get to see messy stuff like this. But okay, don't play as poorly as I have today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more chess, hopefully better chess. Bye bye.